I am Anil Kumar, and now we will explore how to find different angles for given trigonometric ratio. So we are considering reciprocal trigonometric ratios in this particular video. Determine the value of theta if cosecant theta equals to 2 and theta is between 0 to 360 degrees. So what we are given here is cosecant theta is equals to 2. So let me rewrite this. So we are given cosecant theta equals to 2. We need to find what theta is equal to. So that is the question. Now cosecant theta is 1 over sine theta. So we could write always cosecant theta is 1 over sine theta, which is equals to 2. Or we can say sine theta is equals to 1 over 2. Correct? Now as you know, sine theta could be half in either quadrant 1 or in quadrant 2, because all are positive in quadrant 1. Sine is positive in quadrant 2. You know, tan is positive in quadrant 3 and cosine in 4. So when we say that sine theta is half, that really means that the value of theta could be either in this triangle or in this. There are two possible angles for which sine theta can be half. Now, how to find these angles? We can always use our calculator and we can do sine inverse to find the angle, right? So let us first find sine inverse of half. So we'll use calculator and say, what is sine inverse? Let me write here, sine inverse of half, right? So that will give me one value of theta. So let's use the calculator and figure it out. Sine inverse of 1 divided by 2, which is equal to 30 degrees. So we get theta as 30 degrees. Now this theta, 30 degrees, is the acute angle which we have got, right? So that is 30 degrees. Now as I was saying, sine is also positive in quadrant 2, and therefore the acute angle in the quadrant 2 will also give us the same value of half, right? Now how much is that angle? So the principal angle which we are now talking about is 180 minus 30 degrees. So one value of theta is 30 degrees. The other value of theta is 180 degrees minus 30 degrees, which is equals to 150 degrees, right? So that is how we can find both the solutions. So our answer in this particular case will be that theta equals to 30 degrees and 150 degrees when we are saying theta is between 0 to 360 degrees. And that is how this type of question will be solved. Now to extend it further, what I'm going to do now is I'm giving you similar question but slightly different value. Now let us consider the question that cosecant theta is equals to minus 2. So this time I am taking cosecant theta is minus 2. I'd like you to pause the video, answer this particular question. How are you going to solve this? Method is kind of similar, right? Method is we will go for the primary trigonometric ratios. Reason, do you know the reason? Why? Why do we go for sine theta from cosecant theta? Simply because our calculators do not have cosecant theta, right? Our calculators have primary trigonometric ratios. So we get from here that sine theta is equals to minus half. Now to find theta, what will I do? I will do theta equals to sine inverse, right? My suggestion here is whenever we want to find sine inverse of this angle, well, we could write sine inverse of half. Let us check, right? So let us check what we get. So we do again. We say theta equals to shift sine inverse negative 1 divided by 2 bracket close equals to minus 30. So we get a solution which is minus 30 degrees. Now you can clearly see that this solution is not within 0 to 360 degrees, correct? Since it is not between 0 to 360 degrees, we didn't really get the answer which we are looking for. We are looking for a solution between 0 to 360 degrees, correct? Which we didn't get. So my recommendation here is that we need a change in policy to do such questions, correct? So what we always do is make a note of that, and that is always find the related acute angle, right? Don't try to get this angle theta directly. So the policy is find related acute angle. That is the policy, right? So we'll rewrite this question and we'll say, well, instead of going for minus half, we'll find what sine theta equals to half is. So as we did earlier. And from here, we say, we'll not write theta even. We will write this as, let me write here again, sine alpha as the acute angle equal to half. Now we know what alpha is. So alpha is equal to sine inverse of half, which is 30 degrees, right? We got here, correct? Sine inverse of half. So I'm using the same value. The idea is to share with you how to solve questions which will involve negative values, right? So we get alpha as 30 degrees, the related acute angle. Now second part is, we are looking for a sine value which is negative. Now in which quadrant is sine negative? That is what you need to answer. Sine is negative in quadrant 3 and 4, right? You know the cast rule, right? So sine is negative in quadrant 3 and 4. So if the value is negative half, then the angle should be in quadrant 3 or 4. We already figured out that this acute angle is 30 degrees, right? So in both quadrants, acute angle is 30 degrees. Therefore, what should be theta? So now we can answer this question from here, that theta is equal to, one value is this 180 plus 30 degrees, correct? So 180 degrees plus 30 degrees, correct, which is 210 degrees. The other value is that much, 360 degrees minus 30 degrees, which is 330 degrees. You get the idea. So you get two answers, but the answers are theta equals to 210 degrees and 330 degrees. So that is how you're going to solve the question. If my values are negative, don't straight away use calculator. You might get an answer which may not be in the required domain, correct? So the answer is not wrong. As you can see here, minus 30 is one of your solutions. You go clockwise 30 degrees and there you are, right? So you get one of the solutions. You could think about it and get the other one also. But in general, you should solve for related acute angle and then figure out which quadrant you should be in and then find the answer. I hope this strategy really helps and works for you all the time. Thank you and all the best.